night, and you called me and you're like, yo, Adam, how do I get to Rose's? I don't know how to get there. Turn right on Canton, bye. Would any of you found the restaurant? I would have had to give you step-by-step instructions. Step by step. If we're going to put you on a program that's 7 steps, right? Kathy, if we put you on a 7-step program, we're going to go 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. We're not going to go from 1 to 5 and hope you can catch up 2, 3, and 4. We're going to do the whole entire thing because what's most important is we are going to put you in a mentoring system. We are going to be your mentor. We're going to be what the word doctor means, teacher. We're going to mentor you. We're going to coach you because guess what? Your doctors say you're on your prescriptions for life. Who's heard that? You're not going to be on this for life. We do not believe you should be with us for life. We're going to fix you and then teach you how to stay fixed. Who here is interested in that? Everyone, I hope. Teach you how to stay fixed because that's what's important. We're not going to let you go back out onto the street, back out home, and be dependent on another doctor because what's going to happen? You might become sick again. You might fall back into that system. And you're with us. We are designed to profit by making you healthy. You see, I told you this is not difficult. It's just different. We profit by making you healthy. And we're going to mentor you step by step so you understand exactly what's going to happen to you each step of the way. Because we're going to address the missing pieces. And the first thing we do is we're going to focus on our first pillar. Let me see if this works again. Hold on. Nope. Forget that. So, step 1. We're going to detox you. Not go to Walgreens and buy a little pill or a little droplet beaker or whatever and then sit on the toilet for 5, 7 hours and go through pain. Not going to happen like that. By the way, those are not healthy. Don't do them. We're going to detox you properly. What we mean by that is remove the medications that are in your life. Step by step, not all at once. Remove the bad foods you're eating. Remove the bad drinks you're drinking. The bad habits that you have that are continuing to fill your body with toxins. Detox is the first thing. We have to get you emptied out. Step 2 is, once you're cleared out, once you're clean, once you're rid of all this stuff, we have to build you back up with proper nutrition. Now I want to say something to you guys so you understand this. If you're eating something, if you're drinking something, if you're taking something and putting it into your body, if it is not a nutrient, everybody listen, if it's not a nutrient, it is a toxin. We're not going to put toxins back in your body. That is why you're here, because you're toxified. We're going to put the correct nutrition in your body, the correct drinks, the correct supplements if you take those, the correct foods, everything is going to correctly go into your body. So once we detox you, we fill you back up with health. That's step number 2. That's pillar number 2. Pillar number 3, this is my personal area of expertise, fitness. I used to run and manage LA Fitness out in Los Angeles. I used to sell personal training packages, weight loss programs, bodybuilding programs, all of that. That's what I did. And here's the first thing I told people. Walking is not exercise. It's called living. Everybody hear me on that? Your doctor will say, walk 3 to 4 times a week, 20 to 30 minutes a day. All right, that is not exercise. That is living. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go and we're going to train for a marathon. I'm not saying we're going to go and start bodybuilding or try to become a Division I athlete. But the purpose of the fitness is to get your heart rate going so your blood starts circulating and you start inhaling more oxygen. Why that's important is because oxygen is a natural steroid. O2 is the most powerful thing you can put in your body, oxygen. The more oxygen you take in from fitness, the better your organs are, the better your heart is, the better your blood flow is. Once again, we're not going to get you ready to run a marathon, but we're going to increase the amount of your heartbeat. We're going to increase your heart rate. We're going to increase the amount of oxygen that you intake so you can start to put that natural steroid back in your body. What's important about fitness is I told everybody that came to me when they asked me for advice. Here's the truth about fitness. 20% of your body is made in the gym. 80% of your body is made in the kitchen. Remember that. This is why all of these things go hand in hand, pillar by pillar. 4th one, hormone. I'm not talking about your estrogen and your testosterone. I'm talking about insulin. Insulin is a hormone. We're going to balance out your adrenal glands and your insulin so that your insulin levels and glucose levels, like we saw a couple slides ago, can be balanced and even. You don't have too much insulin, you don't have too much glucose. You don't have an overload of glucose and a little bit of insulin. They have to be balanced. Insulin is a hormone. And we're going to balance that, tailored specifically to each and every one of you. You're not going to match your spouse even. You're not going to match your brother or your sister. It's tailored to you. We have to balance your hormones. That's pillar number 4. That's step number 4. Last one It's very, very important, guys. This is another one of my areas, right? The nervous system. And the nervous system is talking about the brain synapses from your mind to your body. It's the mind-muscle connection. How do you deal with your stress? How do you deal with your anger? How are you dealing with your depression? How are you dealing with negative situations? How do you view these situations? This is the part that I'm telling you that we're going to ascend your conscious, because it has to start in your mind. It is a mind-muscle connection. If you walk around, you guys, listen to me carefully, and you tell everybody every day, I am diabetic, guess what? You are diabetic. Stop telling people you are diabetic. You are what you say you are. Start telling people, I will be healthy. I am going to be healthy. I am on the process to health. Look at a hypochondriac. They have some of the most incredible powers in the world. Even though it's bad, a hypochondriac will walk around and tell you, the universe, God, the neighbor, whoever lends them an ear, everything they're afraid of every waking instant of the day. What happens? They manifest that fear into reality, and then they have to live it. Stop telling people you're sick. Start telling yourself you are healthy, and you will be healthy. That is the first step. You have to believe it. Once you believe it, the motivation, the inspiration that I'm giving you, that Dr. Sullivan will give you, the consultation will give you, after you keep telling yourself that's what you're going to do, it will naturally flow together. It is a mind-muscle connection. And those are our 5 pillars that we use. So, we can take those missing pieces, and we can treat the person as...
I disagree with you.
I'm sorry?
I disagree with you.
Okay. And in what regard?
Not letting people around you know that you're diabetic, because if you go into coma or something like that, pass out, they need to know that you're diabetic and you need something.
Pam, I absolutely agree with you. I absolutely agree with you, and I'm glad you brought that up. I know you might be thinking that, somebody else might be thinking that. It is absolutely true. However, it's a little bit step farther than that. It is okay to let somebody know you have type 1 and you might need insulin if you pass out. I understand that. But it's an internal thing to yourself. Stop believing you're diabetic. Start believing you can become healthy. I do agree with you on that. Thank you for mentioning that, Pam. That is actually very important. And if anybody was confused about that, I apologize if I made it come across like that. So that's, now what I want to point out again here is after we do that and we treat these pieces individually, they will come together as a whole. Now, Dr. Deming, who is a neuropathic doctor as well, gave us this result here from her studies, and what she found is 94% of people's failures come from not having a system. That's a lot. We fully believe in a system. We follow it step by step by step. Those are our 5 pillars. That is exactly how it works. So here's what I want to do. You don't have to answer these out loud. I want you to think about it in your own mind. You can write it down if you like. Ask yourself these questions. How would your life be like if you could resolve your health issues? How would life be like if you didn't have to wake up in the morning and poke your finger and see where your diabetes is at? How would it feel if you didn't have to take water pills or all these other drugs before or after? How would that feel? What would that do for you? You get your energy back. You get your pride back. You cut your weight down. You overall feel better. Because listen, it's not, like I said, it's not just affecting your health. How has your, you got it?
Thank you.
How has your whole life as a whole been affected? How has your career been affected? You might love your job, but do you have to take a lot of time off for sick days, for hospital visits, for any other issues? How have your relationships with your husband or your wife, your sister, your brother, your son, your grandchildren? Like I said, you're not the only one that's affected when you're sick. How has these problems affected your relationships? Would you like to rebuild your relationships by being able to spend more time with people, being able to go out with people, being able to go to the game, being able to go to a concert? Overall, how would you like to be able to enjoy life? And just sit in your chair and not have the neuropathy pain in your feet or in your body. I don't care what you've been told. I don't care what someone made you read. Every human being on earth deserves to be healthy. It's that simple. Every human being on earth deserves to be healthy. I'm sorry? Oh, I thought somebody said something. I apologize. How would the ability to enjoy your life affect you? Again, worry-free. Third question, and this is very important for you individually. You don't have to tell me out loud. This is between you and you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you guys to fix this problem? How motivated are you? Are you comfortable going back to your doctor in a month or 2 months? Or are you ready to finally take a step in a direction that's going to help you? We all already agreed the path you're walking on right now is not working. How motivated are you, 1 through 10? Now, I ask that very simply because here's why. We, as you see, the shows fill up. Our offices fill up. We work at a very high capacity. We want to work with people who are ready to work with themselves. We want you to be a 7, an 8, a 9, or a 10 and higher on the motivational chart, because that means you want it. Like I said, you are the only one who can make you healthy. And I want to throw you up some statistics right here. Like I told you before, when we saw the testimonial with Larry, he was on 5 shots of insulin a day. We cut him down 4 shots. 90% success rate with our patients. 90%. Okay, I want to ask you guys something. This is a very deep question, because I know almost everybody in here is affected by it. I know I have seen it with my family affected by this as well. But there's a thing called chemotherapy for a disease that's called cancer. And here's how that goes. They run it in a 5-year pattern. After 5 years, you either cleared, you are set in remission or healthy. In 5 years, 3 things can happen. Chemo doesn't work, cancer spreads, or you die. Do you know what the success rate is on chemotherapy? Does anybody know what that success rate is? It's 2.1%. That is as bad as having cancer, called false hope. We do not provide that. And I say that because every single patient, you can go on Google right now and look this up. This is public knowledge, this is public information. I don't have to hide it. Every single patient that has come to a naturopathic doctor, coast to coast, has got at least 1 positive result. No one has ever gone backwards. Nobody has ever stayed at 0. That is how this works. And let me tell you guys something. This is not new information. We did not invent something. This is original information. This is how life used to be. But it worked so well, there was no profit in it. So something had to be changed in order to make money. We profit when you become healthy. If I can get this to go. Oh, there we go. So, what's next for you guys? You've gone through the questions. What's next for you guys, right? If you're ready to do it, we're ready for you. I want to show you one more video. We have another video of a couple. The husband, his name is Ron. The wife's name is Dawn. They sat at a show just like this. The problem was the husband was the issue in the relationship. The husband was sneaking food. He was binge eating. He was already diabetic. He was taking insulin. He just didn't care anymore. Guess what? He had a good wife with him, and she did. So I want to show you guys a testimonial real quick of Ron and Dawn.
This is Mr. and Mrs. Udell, Dawn and Ronald, and they started the program about 3 months ago, is that right? Okay, very good. And Ron, why did you originally come to us? And you had diabetes.
Can everybody hear? Is it good?
Yeah. Yeah.
The reason why I made him come was because I caught him with a half gallon of ice cream eating from it. And I basically ran upstairs and he came up later and I said to him, you love food more than